She loves it there. Good morning, everyone. We are
And
live
his
on
sister lives in
Facebook.
Naperville.
Good morning. We are live on Facebook. Good morning, Riri.
Good morning, good
Dana.
morning, good morning.
Morning.
And to all the ships at sea, or at least our Facebook folks, as they wake up along with us. Morning, Riri. Morning, Dana.
Good morning.
Riri, are you able to hear us?
She has brand new equipment. I
Oh.
heard this from Ray last night.
Yes, I organized that with Mr. Ray.
Can you hear you? Oh, because we're not. That's on the air. That sound. So
Good
I'm
morning, Don.
interested to see if you'll be able to.
Good morning, Sean.
When the
Here.
pandemic
New
closed
Year.
schools last March, we knew that children would need to stay connected at home. So we purchased over
Good morning,
12
Mark.
computers so they could remain connected at home. To
go.
connect your child with an opportunity like this, call 1-888-4-WCS-KIDS or visit online at WCSKids.net.
The Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Oh boy. Good Tuesday morning to you. It is the 5th of January, the 5th day, of course, of 2021. There are 360 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. And here we are, into this Tuesday. Big day. Big election in Georgia that probably the Democrats are going to win because the Republicans still think the way to vote is actually going to the polls on the election day rather than having all the votes wrapped up a couple of weeks ago by people doing their advance voting. I don't quite understand when they're going to catch on to that, but that's the way it goes right now. We'll stay on top of it in WJR News all day long. And then tomorrow's another big day. And we'll talk about that a little bit today as well, as the electoral votes will be challenged. And then we'll get on with it. At least as far as I can tell, we'll get on with it. Meanwhile, the team is here. Thank you, Marie, for all the news. We appreciate that. Miss Osborne.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Dana Clark is here and taking care of business and with a thought or two. How's life, Dana? Okay.
I have a birthday announcement. Happy birthday to Mama Val today. It's
Mama
Val's birthday
The
today.
piano playing mama.
Yes.
And
I've got her busy. She's available for shows. So, we got to get some cash flow in here.
don't we all? So I guess we don't talk about how old Mama Val is.
No.
No, of course not.
No.
Just wish her a happy birthday.
She can finally drink.
There's been a long pause for reaction on that one. All right, Mama Val Clark, we miss you on television, but we're glad that you're able to be around and home and visiting and doing holidays and all that other good stuff. All that's good. Meanwhile, Brian Morton is in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building. Kim is alongside me. And, of course, our executive producer, Ann Thomas, running the show by the clock, grandfather's clock. If you happen to be tuned in the first 45 minutes, you get to see us online at WJR.com or the WJR Facebook page. And here is, of course, all morning long online and on the good old-fashioned 50,000-watt signal that is the WJR blowtorch.
Good morning, Dub. Happy Tuesday.
Annie, good morning to you. Well, I didn't want to be talking about this morning, but England, France, Germany, and Ireland all extending their lockdowns as the new variant of COVID spreads even faster than the old variant of COVID. And the old COVID was an SOB all by itself.
Right.
We didn't need to have a better, faster, more efficient COVID, did we?
No, we don't need the remix.
No, we do not need. We do not need 2.0 or the remix or anything else.
Oh,
We absolutely
Very
need
scary. Very scary.
Mm-mm-mm.
And
I know.
yesterday we talked about the vaccines in Michigan and the rollout and how many people got the vaccine. So I got some new numbers. So nearly 338,000 doses of the vaccine have been distributed in Michigan, but only 90,453 shots have been given. Okay. So that's about a 0.9% of the population vaccine have
That's a
received the
problem.
vaccine.
We did better
Huge.
than New York City with 88,000.
Huge, right?
But we are missing a lot of people. We have the vaccine, but we're not getting them in the people's arms, and I don't quite understand that. I am glad you said about the masks, because yesterday's column in the Detroit News, I have not seen it yet, but I believe it went the way I wrote it. Because I actually wrote it within the number of words, 300 that I get. But I asked, after all this time and all the help from the auto industry, the suppliers, everybody, where the heck are all the masks? We should be swimming in N95 masks. And you just had a story, Marie, in your newscast that in fact answered that question, that we are going to be getting some more of those masks. But by now, there should be a dime a dozen everywhere. Kind of ridiculous, but I'm glad something's happening. I hope somebody read the column. 5:43 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
It's a new year, but for kids in poverty around the world, things are still desperate. Join Compassion with your one-time $40 gift to provide a COVID relief kit to a family in poverty. Text the word GIVE to 83393. That's GIVE to 83393.
And at WJR Traffic and Weather First, Miss Dana Clark checking in.
Traffic First sponsored by Clarkston Window and Door. Over 31 years in business, over 450 combined years of experience installing windows. Trusted specialists at Clarkston Window and Door. Act now to take advantage of 31% off installed windows, doors, and garage doors. 248-338-6781 or clarkstonwindow.com. Quiet start on the roadways so far, accident-free, just construction project until March in Novi along 14 Mile, both directions between Novi Road and M5 that is scheduled for water main installation. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by North Bloomfield Properties. If you're looking for a place to call home, let North Bloomfield Properties find the best place for you and your family. They also provide pre-screened quality tenants to their property owners. They love to match good people to good homes. Contact them today, northbloomfield.com.
Continue to push the clouds around and some flurry snow showers, little if any accumulating snowfall, though, the next day or so. Today's the day, flurry snow shower scattered around 34, and tonight's the or so, a flurry or snow shower, low 32. Tomorrow, cloudy 37. Thursday, cloudy with a high near 35. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Staging on News Talk 760 WJR.
So a little colder, just by a couple of degrees this morning than yesterday, about 30 degrees or so within the Detroit area, and the sound of my voice here at 5:45. The voice of Rush Limbaugh, usually noon to 3 on WJR, but usually he checks in with us first thing in the morning, like right now.
New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio gave his State of the City speech recently and finally said the words liberals have always wanted to say. Here's the quote from Democrat Mayor de Blasio's speech. Brothers and sisters, there's plenty of money in the world, plenty of money in this city. It's just in the wrong hands. Mayor de Blasio promises that he will correct that problem. In his new term, he's going to take money out of the hands of those who don't deserve it, the top 1%, and he's going to put it in the hands of those who deserve it more. Now, with the money he takes from the wrong hands, de Blasio will create a single-payer healthcare system. He will expand paid leave for private employees and more, and the rich will pay up whether they like it or not. All New Yorkers of means ought to be packing their bags right about now. You have been targeted as scapegoats, and your elected progressives will not stop until they destroy you, because you don't deserve what you have. You haven't worked hard for it. You've probably stolen it or gotten it by some other means, and they're coming for it, and they're making no bones about it. It is not yours.
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3, today, right here on WJR. You know, that Rush thing about saying to people in New York of means, get the heck out of town. I love to see what's happening now in California, because in California, they're getting out of town. they're saying, you know what? Don't need this. Don't need the high taxes. Don't need the homeless problems. Don't need the people who are successful and contributing being charged to carry everybody else. And I've not been, you guys probably know, Marie, you're a little late to this party, but I've not been a big Elon Musk fan for a variety of reasons. He said a lot of terrible things about our auto industry, and I take that kind of personally, and love the fact that he had to use Ford transit vans for his rescue vehicles for his cars, but that's another story. But the point, he does well with rockets. But I love this. He was trying to make his company in California, what was the word they used for companies that could be open, or they were not?
Essential business?
Essential business. That's it. Thank you, Dana. His company, he was trying to say, was essential business, and he was getting a pushback from like city council or state, whatever. And one of these foolish, idiotic politicians said in response to Elon Musk asking for that help to be able to continue doing his business, meaning keeping people employed and keeping the business going, she actually wrote F blank blank K Elon Musk. And you know what he has done? I love this. I now have a reason to like him. He has said, oh, okay, bye. He's pulling out of California altogether and doing what so many smart people are doing, moving to Texas in this case. So do you know he pays billions of dollars in state taxes in California? Not hundreds of thousands, which is a lot, not millions, which is a lot, but billions of dollars in California state taxes. And that stupid politician kissed all that goodbye because he said, okay, including his philanthropy
Bring the Paul W.
his foundation.
Talk 760
California.
JR.
All of a sudden, I respect Elon Musk. 549.
See how things can change in
Things change in a time.
notice.
My.
Just saying that I respect Elon Musk in that he got, somebody wrote some politician wrote something very foul about him on media, social media. And he said, oh, well, if that's how you feel, I'm leaving California. And he's moving everything, his philanthropic organization, foundation, his business, everything he can. And by the way, suggesting that his friends do the same thing, move from California, and in this case, move to Texas.
Well,
So
Paul, his friends are moving. So there are 3 more huge companies moving out of California right into Texas. Hewlett-Packard, Oracle, and Dropbox, all moving to Texas.
yeah, I think it's fabulous. I think it's absolutely fabulous. California, with absolutely horrific leadership for years, which has created the loss of one of our greatest cities, San Francisco, which is merely a trash bin now. I think they've brought this upon themselves, and I think it's just equal justice there. Hey, you know, Marie, that story you had about the masks, I notice here, as the state of Michigan will distribute 3.5 million masks, face coverings, at no cost to residents as part of the state's masking campaign. I did wonder what took so long for us to be swimming in masks, but you know what? If I'm reading this correctly, and if I understand this correctly, in my own research to get masks for my own family, the N95 masks are the ones that like 3M or other companies that we're familiar with make. They're called N95, and they generally have the OSHA and somebody else's seal of approval. I don't know what the other professional organization is. But I note in this story from, I don't know which newspaper this is, well, click on Detroit Channel 4. These are KN95. KN95 masks, as far as I know, are foreign-made masks, and that's the foreign standard for their good medical-grade masks. In America, they're N95s. In Korea, in China, in wherever, they're KN95. So I think it's fascinating that still we aren't getting masks that are made in America.
Right. And, Alyssa Slotkin, this has become a big thing with her. She wants, as do many other of our legislators, they want to make a really big push to have more of these essential things that we need for our medical care made in this country. As I've heard Slotkin say, we wouldn't outsource our military things made in a foreign country. Why are we allowing our medical materials to be made in a foreign country?
Over 70 years ago, I think I included this in my column yesterday in the Detroit News. Over 70 years ago, the Ford Motor Company converted a car plant into a bomber manufacturing plant. And we made a bomber, a full plane, every 66 minutes. Every 66 minutes, we rolled a new bomber off the line. And we can't do that with face masks in America? I mean, seriously, with the technology of today compared to what they had over 70 years ago? What's going on here?
And let's not start talking about the pills that are made overseas, right?
Well, I've been against, Ann knows, Annie and I have talked about generic pills for a long time. People say, oh, no, they're just as good. Well, not when they're made in China. Sorry, don't accept it. Now, of course, we've learned that even the brand names have turned over manufacturing to China. Shame on us. But have we switched over? Has anyone heard of any new manufacturing facilities that have been built or operating now, bringing that business back to America? The auto business was in a fishbowl for the longest time. Well, why are you building cars in China? Why are you building cars in Mexico? Why are you building? Because it was cheaper to do. And we were lambasted for that, to survive in the auto industry. And yet, in something as important as the drugs we depend on to keep ourselves, our friends, our families alive, we outsource that to people who have a whole different standard and belief system than we do in America. So as Michigan surpasses the 500,000 COVID-19 cases, and we now finally are getting 3.5 million free KN95 masks, I just don't understand why it's taken so long. And a lot of people will blame Trump, and he's certainly to be blamed for a lot of different things. He's also should be given credit. But, it wasn't Donald Trump, or for that matter, Gretchen Whitmer, who's done anything that has caused these other countries, the European countries that I mentioned at the beginning of the program, who are now extending their lockdowns.
Yeah. Yep. Back to the lockdowns.
And their lockdowns are really strict, too. They're telling people not to leave their house.
Much more so than ours that we've had people complain about. Much, much more so. And you can't blame our governor or our president, as England, France, Germany, and Ireland have now extended their lockdowns because yet another variant of COVID is out there. Hey, you want to talk what's dangerous? Be in China, be a Chinese billionaire, and suggest that the country needs economic reform. And even Jack Ma, this guy is take any of our big entrepreneurs in America and put him up against them, and he's as well known and as rich or richer than most. He called for economic reform, and he, the founder of Alibaba, one of the richest men in the world, but he happens to live in China, is now missing.
Oh, no.
And he hasn't been seen since October.
Oh, my goodness.
Isn't that strange?
Welcome to China.
Wow.
I'll have to tell you an interesting story about reporting from China that I had.
I want to hear it. We'll hear it right after the news. And I will be, as we saw in The Crown and elsewhere, I'll be like Prince Charles, all ears.
I just started The Crown last night.
Oh, good.
Dana,
Two
yay.
shows in, yes. Me
It's-
and Trevor watching The Crown.
I think it's excellent.
It is. It is.
It's got to go a long way to beat the chess one, Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit.
That one was the ultimate.
It
But
was
The
good.
Crown is very, very good. Did we finish it? We finished. Yeah, we finished The Crown.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you how it ends
Don't
because
tell
you
me.
already know. It's 5:57 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
It's a new year, but for kids in poverty around the world, things are still desperate. Join Compassion with your one-time $40 gift to provide a COVID relief kit to a family in poverty. Text the word GIVE to 83393. That's GIVE to 83393.
The one and only Dana Clark and our WJR traffic and weather first.
It is nice and quiet out there, Paul W. The morning drive could get a little dicey, could see some drizzle out there, but right now just construction, no delays, no accidents. In Novi, 14 Mile is closed both directions, eastbound and westbound between Novi Road and M5. That's scheduled to be shut down for water main installation through early March. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Primetime Testing Laboratory, specializing in automotive interior mechanical testing. If it's in the car, Primetime Testing tests it all. They are the automotive industry's most accurate test reporting and guaranteed on-time delivery for your next automotive project. Hire Primetime Testing Lab. Get a free quote at primetimetestinglab.com. That's primetimetestinglab.com. Starting off the same as yesterday, cloudy conditions, a high of 35 today. Few flurries, snow showers, drizzle possible this morning. Tonight, cloudy, few flurries, your low 31 for Wednesday. Just a bit of a warm up, cloudy skies and a high of 37. Clouds, 30 degrees. I'm Dana Clark, WJR News with Marie Osborne in 2 minutes.
Now, I'm a little disappointed in the two of you.
What's that?
Well, neither one of you have brought the McDonald's chicken story to the table.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if I know the McDonald's chicken
What is
story.
McDonald's
Don't
is
print
launching.
anything.
McDonald's is launching new sandwiches next month
Okay.
in an effort to win the fast food chicken war.
McDonald's, I don't
Yeah,
know.
man, this is like saying Ford Motor Company has come out
Right.
with the Model T
There you go.
because they heard there are cars out there. I mean,
So
that's a little late to the party.
So we've got 3 new sandwiches coming. Well,
Okay.
3 versions of a new chicken sandwich.
All right, tell us
The
where.
first one, it's going to be not available till the end of February. Ooh.
Oh, come on.
Crispy chicken sandwich. That's topped with pickles and served on a potato roll. Don't know how we feel about that.
Mm-hmm.
The spicy chicken sandwich, which adds a spicy pepper sauce, and the deluxe chicken sandwich with lettuce, tomatoes, and mayo.
And this is at Mickey D's.
Yes,
You know, I love chicken sandwiches.
I know.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think of those?
Well, I thought I don't know. I like their chicken sandwiches anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that after all this time, people like McDonald's and others, in this case, I'll tell you, Wendy's,
Mm-hmm.
they have to give their people who work in the restaurants a script to follow. Because I went to the Wendy's after I heard Wendy's had entered the chicken wars, the chicken sandwich wars.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled up to the drive-through and I said, I'd like to try your new chicken sandwich. And the woman said, we don't have a new chicken sandwich.
It's the same
I said,
one?
I just got in my car after seeing the commercial on television, and I'm here to try the new chicken sandwich. She goes, oh, all they did was bring back our classic chicken sandwich.
Oh.
It's not really new. And I went, oh my God. Millions of dollars spent getting us to believe that it's a new chicken sandwich. And in 1 minute, she ruined that by saying, oh no, that's not a new chicken sandwich. They just brought back our classic chicken sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I was devastated.
Just
You
put
gotta
new
tell-
on anything. You
Right.
can say anything is new. This is the new Paul W. Smith show.
Yes, it is every day.
That's true.
What script do you guys follow in the morning? Huh? Well, our staff of 10 writers.
Right.
But that's a good example of not telling the employees about the marketing.
Exactly. It's like, I work here.
It's kind of funny. Like, what were they thinking? But these sandwiches don't sound different to me.
No, they aren't different.
They're probably not different.
They're not
Patrick says a McChicken with a pickle.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, adding pickles does make a difference.
It does. You don't realize it. But it really does. I haven't tried the old new Wendy's chicken sandwich, but
Like I say, it's sadly it's a scam. It was just it's like the new and improved, just like you said, everything new and improved. Globally, the chicken category is almost twice the size of beef now.
That's good.
It's growing faster and represents a significant opportunity. Developing a reputation for great chicken represents one of our highest aspirations. We want customers to choose McDonald's for chicken. And like I said before, my experience with, Popeyes that came out with that spectacular chicken sandwich, but I won't go through what I had to go through.
No, and the line is still crazy.
Is it really?
Yes.
No. I loved it when I went.
Chick-fil-A in Novi, just wrapped around the mall.
Isn't that amazing? Well, chicken is, I think it's marginally, at least marginally better for you.
But it's got to be the right kind.
But if it's deep fried and burger is grilled, I don't know if it's a toss-up. I don't know.
Well, plus how it's, it has to be grass-fed. It should be, the way the chickens are raised, right?
And you got to have a certain degree of trust. Are your cattle grass-fed? Pardon me. Are your cattle grass-fed?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. They eat grass.
Yeah.
Oh, grass-fed. Ooh, we can charge 25 cents a pound more.
Yeah.
Who the hell is out in the field checking to see what the cattle are eating?
Right.
And who's to know?
Well, that's all true. That's a good point. Sadly, very true.
It's John Jury. Remember John Jury from our travels? They had the baby Angelo Edwin Jury. We announced. Fine WJR listener and travel club member, celebrated his birthday yesterday. I missed a couple of birthdays. Who would have had a birthday yesterday? Brooks Patterson.
Oh, wow.
Brooks would have celebrated his birthday yesterday. It's still hard to believe he's gone. I would have loved his insight on everything that's been going on in our world. Tammy Alberts, Rod Alberts, the DADA. Tammy had her birthday on Saturday. And, there you are. A couple of birthdays. Tom Chelani Family Vineyards and the Cars and Cigars and the Hunger Free and the D. He and Vicky. He had his birthday on the 30th. There we go. It's very funny because we have dear friends, Tom and Vicky Romer, and dear friends, Tom and Vicky Chelani. And sometimes I don't put everything in my phone, so I say Tom and Vicky's anniversary. So we called to wish them happy anniversary. It was the wrong Tom and Vicky.
I knew you were going to say that.
I said, well, thank you very much. But it's not our anniversary. Then we went, oh, it's the other Tom and Vicky that we know. Oh, boy. Got to write better notes in my on my telephone.
Oh, that's very.
But I will say that's been a lifesaver for being able to remember stuff like that.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right about that.
Let's see, which is healthier: order out a burger or fried chicken? Kim just gave me this from Men's Journal. We've all heard about limiting red meat intake, but in this case, a beef burger is usually better, says the Cleveland Clinic. Both are high in fat and calories.
Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Good Tuesday morning to you. Welcome in to the Paul W. Smith Show on News Talk 760, WJR, the great voice of the Great Lakes. It is the 5th day. I'm knocking my stuff over here. The 5th day of January, the 5th day, of course, of 2021. 360 days till the end of the year, but who's counting? The rooster is counting, and the rooster is all for us eating more hamburgers rather than more chicken. But we were talking about fried chicken or a hamburger. And in fact, the Cleveland Clinic says the hamburger wins because the chicken generally is fried. And there are a lot of bad things that go in with the frying. So that's one of the concerns. Meanwhile, we'll have Dr. Joel Kahn back on, director of Kahn Longevity Center and author of several books, Green Space to Go in Birmingham. He's been eating a plant-based diet for nearly 50 years. We've got the gang here. Thank you for the news, Marie Osborne. Of course, Dana Clark keeping us on our toes, including with traffic and weather information. Brian Morton is pushing all the buttons, the only one of us in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building. One day we may get back there, we may not. I don't know. We'll be talking about that with someone today, about whether it makes good sense to stay at home and do this work. I think for many people, it does make good sense. And I think for many companies, they're going to save a boatload of money by not having a lot of bricks and mortar. But then that affects everybody around there. You know, there are a lot of restaurants that depend on people coming to work and then stepping out and going to lunch and or dinner. So there's a plus and a minus to all these things. Anyway, Kim is here helping out as always. And of course, our executive producer overseeing all of us chickens, and Thomas.
Good morning, Dub. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
No, I've heard a lot of workers say that they would kind of like a mix where they could do sometimes be home, sometimes be in the office, because I do think people miss the camaraderie and the networking.
Right.
But they love the convenience of being home.
Right. The synergy that happens when we're all together, right?
Except when you think about it, at least for us on the morning show, we get in there, we do our show. We don't see a living soul. You know, people come stumbling into the radio station about 9 o'clock oftentimes, and we're done.
And we're having lunch.
Yeah, it's like, hi, nice day. Hi, welcome in. Glad you could make it. But that's not to say that some people don't come in much earlier.
Right.
But my point is, we're isolated. I sit in my studio all by myself. Ann and Brian sit in the booth all by themselves. Dana is over in her traffic and weather area all by herself. Marie is in the news booth all by herself. So we're kind of isolated. We don't have that camaraderie. I think we should all be brought together. Maybe you do it with a staff meeting every week or every month or whatever. I don't know. But that is a good point, Marie, that people do miss the camaraderie. But we don't have a lot of the what used to be called water cooler talk, you know, or gathered around the coffee, our Absolpure Keurig. We don't have a lot of people standing around the coffee machine talking because we're all running, doing whatever we have to do. Nobody sits there during our show and goes, well, I got 10 minutes to talk with you about something. It just doesn't exist. But I understand how some people do miss. And I will say this, our kids are suffering.
Yes.
The kids are really suffering not having that school experience. And I know because it's personal to me with Sophie as a senior in high school and Natalie as a senior in college, the senior experience really is not what it should be. I mean, that's something that you grow up thinking about.
Right. It's so much fun.
And they're not experiencing it. And it's very sad. I think there are more kids in therapy today than ever before. That's just a guess. That's just a feeling. That's just an observation. I don't have any statistics to back that up. I do have this. Pickled flavored Doritos are now available at major retailers.
Wow.
You
know, sometimes you got to go with what you know is a fact.
And our foodie did not give that a good reaction. Our Marie Osborne, our foodie,
well,
not enthusiastic about that at all, Doug.
I know.
Yeah.
They say pickle fanatics should rejoice. But I'm not. I love pickles on a chicken sandwich. That was like a great addition when those guys at Popeyes did that, put those pickles on and the other stuff. But I'm not big on all these flavored Doritos because I think they get farther and farther away from being real food and become so chemical.
Right.
I mean, I bet if you read on the ingredients, the word pickle is not in the ingredients anywhere. But some scientists in a food kitchen came up with 6 or 7 chemicals he could put together and go, that tastes like pickle. Pickle flavored Doritos. So I'm not big on that. But here comes, this is a tough one. I have to bring it up, though, Anne.
Oops.
Today is National Whipped Cream Day.
Oh, see.
Oh.
Every one of us now, I don't know if Marie was around for this.
She wasn't there. It was Dick.
Okay. So we had cans of Ready Whip. And one of the simple joys of life, putting your head back
and giving it a whirl.
And giving a shot of Ready Whip into your mouth.
The best.
Even Taylor Swift did it on television. But there is one among us, at least one.
If I point in the right way?
No, you got to point the other way. There you go. And she's willing to say,
no.
Anne.
And I went and got her a special almond. It was special.
Right.
Special almond, whatever it was.
Almond milk.
Almond milk. And she would not do it, Marie.
I've never done it. I've never done it.
Oh,
are you serious?
My goodness.
Oh, you got to live a little.
A girl after my own heart. Thank
no,
you,
I grew up
there you
with,
go.
oh my God.
Oh, yes. You got to
See,
live a
I
little.
grew up with 2 older brothers who would do that to gross me out.
Oh, and
so I just, no, I'm
Well,
standing
you're
alone.
lucky they didn't hold you down and squirt it in your mouth.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Anne, I'm with you 100% on that.
What?
This Ready Whip now is made with real cream.
Real cream.
I don't know what that is. What, were they using fake cream before?
Probably, but it's a nice little treat.
No artificial flavors or sweeteners.
No. And no carbs, right?
I didn't even know we had that.
No carbs.
No carbs. That's what I look at. Carbs, no carbs. I'll have it. Marie, you must try it. Go get your brand new can that you know
brand new can
touched, and just once in your life. It's got to be a bucket list item.
This came from Earlene Kettle because she was a wise shopper, and it was buy one, get one. So at the Kettle household, they have a can of Ready Whip, and at the Smith household, we have a can of Ready Whip. So it's National Whipped Cream Day. Now, you will not do it because of the scarring that you got as a child.
Oh, yeah. Yes, deep scars.
Well, I never heard that from Anne. I never heard a good excuse other than your, Anne. And that, we couldn't find the yogurt.
It's not gross.
Why would you say it's gross?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't suck on the thing. It's a brand new can I just opened for the first time, and I keep it far away from my mouth.
Look at Anne. She's lost control.
If there were yogurt-inspired whipped cream, you might. But I still think she's
January 5th. January 5th, and I've lost complete control of the show.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, you got to live a little.
Right, just a little.
And if you won't squirt Ready Whip in your mouth.
I mean, you made it. It's COVID. Come on, people. You might as well.
We're still alive. What's the point of living if we don't?
That's a celebration right there.
Ready Whip in our mouth. All right. It is 6:15 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
It's a new year, but for kids in poverty around the world, things are still desperate. Join Compassion with your one-time $40 gift to provide a COVID relief kit to a family in poverty. Text the word GIVE to 83393. That's GIVE to 83393.
Our next guest, Dr. Joel Kahn, director of the Kahn Longevity Center, author of several books, Green Space to Go Birmingham, Plant-Based Diet. I'm not sure he would take a Ready Whip and squirt it in his mouth. I don't know. But for health reasons, we've got our WJR traffic and weather. First, Miss Dana Clark.
We do have an accident, Paul W. This is in St. Clair along Gratiot Boulevard at Huron Boulevard. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Primetime Testing Laboratory. In need of testing, that automotive project, Primetime Testing Labs are the industry's best in complete automotive testing services. They guarantee on-time delivery, accurate result reporting, and are 2LA accredited. For your next automotive project, get a free quote at primetimetestinglab.com. That's primetimetestinglab.com.
I see just a touch of snow or snow showers here as we head through early this morning. Flurry snow showers in the forecast today with a cloudy sky. Most of that early, 34. Flurry snow showers back tonight, 32. Mostly cloudy tomorrow with a high of 37. Thursday, cloudy with highs in the mid-30s. From a Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Stajic on News Talk 760 WJR.
We're looking at about 30 degrees right now. Right now being 6:17 on this Tuesday morning edition of the Paul W. Smith Show on WJR. You know, clean energy is not a buzzword. It's not a buzzword. It's a commitment. It's a commitment to our friends, our neighbors, and our planet. It's up to